The fluorescent hum of the city council chambers usually lulled Elias Thorne into a quiet patience. Today, however, it seemed to amplify the gnawing anxiety in his chest. He'd been sitting for 3 hours, a folded, dog-eared proposal clutched in his frail hands, waiting for his turn to speak. At 78, Elias was a man easily overlooked, a ghost in the bustling machinery of urban life. His suit, a relic from a better decade, hung loosely on his frame, and his wispy white hair was meticulously combed but offered no shield against the dismissive glances of the younger, sharper-suited attendees. He wasn't asking for much, just the city's blessing, and a modest grant, to turn a forgotten, trash-strewn lot in the North End into a community garden. Next, the clerk called, her voice clipped and impatient. Elias slowly rose, his knees protesting, and shuffled to the podium. The bright lights of the chamber felt suddenly harsh, exposing every wrinkle on his face. Councilman Sterling, a man whose tailored suit seemed to contain more ambition than compassion, leaned into his microphone. "All right, Mr. Thorne. Let's make this quick. We have important fiscal matters to attend to." A few chuckles rippled through the gallery. Sterling's assistant, a young woman with a perpetually bored expression, stifled a yawn. Elias cleared his throat. "Good evening, councilmen. Members of the council. My name is Elias Thorne, and I represent the residents of the North End. We propose to transform the vacant lot on Elm Street into a vibrant community garden. It would provide fresh produce, a safe green space for children, and foster community spirit." Sterling cut him off with a wave of his hand. Yes, a garden. We've heard it all before, Mr. Thorne. Another one of these feel-good projects that drain city resources. Frankly, your proposal lacks economic viability. The North End is hardly a priority for beautification. We're discussing a new downtown development, not a patch of dirt for overgrown vegetables. His tone was condescending, laced with thinly veiled contempt. He glanced at the gallery, seeking approval for his sharp wit. A few more snickers followed. Elias's grip tightened on his proposal. "Sir, the North End has been neglected for decades. Our children deserve a safe place to play. Our seniors deserve access to fresh food. This isn't about beautification, it's about basic human dignity." His voice, though soft, held an unexpected firmness. Sterling scoffed. "Dignity? Mr. Thorne, with all due respect, are you even capable of managing such a project? You look rather past your prime. Perhaps this is a task for a younger, more energetic individual, one who understands the complexities of urban planning, not just digging in the dirt." He smirked, and the assistant giggled openly. Several people in the gallery shifted uncomfortably, but no one spoke up. Elias simply stood, his gaze fixed on the councilman, his face a mask of stoicism. He'd endured worse than a politician's sneers. Just as Sterling was about to deliver another dismissive remark, the large double doors at the back of the chamber swung open. All eyes turned to see Mayor Eleanor Vance stride in, her presence instantly commanding the room. She was a woman of formidable reputation, sharp and unyielding, known for her no-nonsense approach. She took in the scene, Elias at the podium, Sterling preening, the general air of condescension. Her eyes narrowed as she recognized the old man, Councilman Sterling, her voice cut through the air, sharp and clear. "What exactly is going on here?" Sterling, flustered, stammered, "Madam Mayor. Just concluding a rather quaint proposal from Mr. Thorne. A community garden, you see. Nothing of substance." Mayor Vance ignored him, her gaze fixed on Elias. She walked directly to the podium, her heels clicking purposefully on the marble floor. She stopped beside Elias, then, to everyone's astonishment, she reached out and gently took his hand. "Elias," she said, her voice softening but still carrying immense weight. "It's been too long." She turned to face the stunned council and gallery. "Councilman Sterling, you speak of substance and economic viability. You question Mr. Thorne's prime. Let me enlighten you. Her eyes swept over the room, lingering on Sterling. 45 years ago, in the jungles of Xylos, a highly classified mission went sideways. My father, then a young colonel, was pinned down, his unit decimated, a live enemy mine planted directly beneath his position. No one could get to him. The odds were impossible. She paused, the silence in the chamber now absolute. Every eye was on her, then on Elias. One man volunteered. A young staff sergeant, an explosive ordnance disposal specialist. He crawled, alone, under heavy fire, into that kill zone. He defused that mine with nothing but a multi-tool and nerves of steel. He saved my father's life, and countless others. That staff sergeant, who understood complexities that would make most men weep, who faced death daily with quiet dignity, was Elias Thorne. A collective gasp rippled through the room. Sterling's face had gone ashen. The assistant's mouth hung open. The reporters in the back were furiously scribbling notes. Mayor Vance squeezed Elias's hand. He didn't ask for glory. He didn't seek recognition. He just did what was necessary. And now this man, this hero, asks for a small patch of land to bring life and hope to a neglected community. And you, councilmen, dare to question his prime? Sterling stammered, Madam Mayor, I had no idea. Of course you didn't, the mayor retorted, her voice like ice. Because you only see what's on the surface. You see an old man with a worn suit, not the courage, the dedication, the very spirit that built this nation. This isn't a quaint proposal, councilman. This is an investment in the soul of our city, championed by a man who has already given everything. She turned back to Elias, a genuine warmth in her eyes. Mr. Thorne, your proposal is not just approved, it will receive the full backing of the city. We will provide the resources, the manpower, whatever you need. And, Councilman Sterling, I trust you will be personally overseeing its success, ensuring every detail is handled with the dignity it deserves. Her gaze was a silent, powerful command. Sterling, utterly defeated, could only nod, his face a mask of shame and forced compliance. Yes, Madam Mayor. Absolutely. My deepest apologies, Mr. Thorne. Elias simply offered a small, knowing nod. He didn't gloat, didn't revel in Sterling's humiliation. He had simply presented his truth, and now it had been recognized. The city council meeting ended not with the usual bureaucratic rush, but with a palpable shift in atmosphere. Reporters swarmed Elias, but he quietly deflected their questions, already envisioning the first rows of tomatoes. The North End Community Garden became a beacon of renewal, a testament to what could be achieved when true worth was seen beyond superficial appearances. And Councilman Sterling, though still ambitious, was noticeably more humble, his pronouncements tempered with a newfound, if grudging, respect for the quiet dignity of those who had truly served. Elias Thorne continued to work in his garden, his hands in the earth, a quiet hero no longer overlooked, his legacy now blooming for all to see.